Hi, guess who's going to TCAF? So my name is Rob. I'm an author, columnist, screenwriter, and editor from Toronto, Canada, and I have moved into self-publishing over the last 4 or 5 years or so. You probably know me from a couple of titles that I was published in back in the day. I used to write for Arch Enemy magazine for a couple of issues, and I also wrote a story in the Stories of Music anthology by Timber Press. I was also featured in Alchemy Press's first 2 books of pulp heroes, as well as Daily Nightmares Quick Shivers About Bugs, and long hidden by Cross Genres Publications. After a period of burnout, I decided to move into self-publishing and working with more local talents. So in addition to being the editor for Ricky Lima's Love Me Please and Yuri Levetsky's Octana & Co. comics, I have self-published these little stories, and they're all for sale in TCAF's Digital Marketplace for you to enjoy. The first one is this comic that I did with John Berg called Will You Come Again, which is a vibes piece about a couple reuniting at the coast after one of them died at sea. And then him and I collaborated again to work on the story called The Constant Screaming of Albrecht Liebermann. And we reprinted the first story into this one with Albrecht in this fancy little flip cover thing that we've got going here. After that, I did a comic with Keith Grachow called Checkmate Blues, which is a supernatural noir about a pair of gangsters playing chess for their souls. Got the main cover right here, but we also have this fancy variant cover. And in addition to that, I also self-published a little sci-fi dystopian romance novel called Olivia at Zero. And TCAF has allowed me to have a space at their show so that I could sell stuff out. It's on the digital marketplace, so there's a store. You won't actually get to meet me at a table, but that's kind of how I like to do my business. Here are my books. Don't look at me. But I am going to be there at the show on Saturday during the day and maybe for a little bit on Sunday morning if you wanted to come over and say hi. So if you see this stomping around, it's probably me. Hopefully. So I am selling physical copies of these. There's limited supply, so you're going to have to get them. But I've also got digital copies for people who are looking to save a little bit of money. I'm also hoping to use the money from sales to work on a second printing of Olivia at Zero that has an ISBN number, and hopefully put that money towards its inevitable sequel, which is a sort of a side B called Morgan at Zero, which is about Olivia's partner. I'm also hoping to do some other projects in the future, like a short story collection, some more long-form projects, and this would be a great opportunity for me to set some dollars aside to get some of that made. If you like the sound of any of that, go check me out at the TCAF Digital Marketplace. Maybe you can bring some of these little suckers home. Like, look at this art. Look at this art. Look at this art. And if also you want to send me some extra support and love, I've got a Ko-fi page. I'll link to that in the description of the video as well. I have some other things on there that I'm not advertising on the digital marketplace, such as a sort of a digital art project that's a parody of NFTs that's also a tribute to my first cat, as well as a free alpha for a tabletop RPG I designed in 2 weeks based on something that I heard in a Drawfee stream. Thank you so much for hearing me out. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all staying safe and healthy, and that your bathrooms are all clean or something. Have yourself a wonderful day. Thank you so much for your time. Please give me your money.